Hey everyone, welcome to Data Millennials. I'm Atul, and in this video we are going to discuss about if-elif-else ladder statement in Python. An if statement can be followed by an optional else-if-else statement, which is very useful to test various conditions using single if-else-if statement. In this if-elif-else ladder statement, a user can decide among multiple options that can be given in the conditional statements, and the if statements are executed from the top to down approach. So let's see the flowchart of this if-elif-else ladder statement, and then we'll understand. So your program will start and it will check the first if condition. If the condition is true, then it will go into the next if statement. But if it is false, it will go to the else if part and it will check the condition. If it is true, then again it will go to the next statement. And if it is not true, then it will go to the third condition and it will check whether it is true or not. And then again it will go to the another elif statement, and this will keep on going until your condition is met. And if your condition doesn't met, then it will finally get into the else body part. So with this flow chart, you can understand that as soon as one of the condition controlling the if statement is true, the statement associated with the if is executed and the rest of the ladder is bypassed. If none of the conditions are true, then the final else statement will be executed. The elif statement enables us to check multiple conditions and execute the specific block of a statement depending upon the condition, and it allows us to check multiple expressions that whether those expressions are true or not, and it executes the block of code as soon as one of the condition evaluates to be true. Similar to the else, the elif statement is optional, but for elif there can be any number of elif statement following an if statement. So let's see the syntax of this if elif else ladder statement. So a simple syntax can be something like this. If, then you have expression 1. If it is true, then you will execute the statements. Okay, let me copy this statement first. And then if it is not true, then you are going to put L if, and then you will put the expression 2. Then you will give the statement. If it is also not true, then you are going to again put another elif statement, checking the expression 3. And giving the statements. If it is also not true, then you can put another elif statement with expression 4 and give the statement. And if all of these statements that you have given or conditions that you have given is not true, then the program will finally go to the else part and it will execute the block of code which is present in the else statement. Okay, one thing that you have to note is that the Python does not provide switch or case statement as other language. Now let's understand this if elif ladder statement once again before we go and write a simple program to understand it practically. So if this expression 1 condition evaluates to be true, then the code expression for this expression 1 statement will be executed. Okay, and if this condition is false, then it will go to this line of code and it will get evaluated. If it is true, then this statement will get executed. If it is false, then the control will go to the next line and it will keep on checking the condition. And the moment the first condition is true, the program will execute the statement and get out of this if elif else ladder construct. So let's take a simple example to understand it practically. So assume a scenario that you have to write a program to check marks of students and display the grade based on marks. So let's assume that if the marks is greater than 91. Okay, so let me write it over here, the conditions. If the marks is greater than 91, then we are going to give a plus plus grade. Okay, and if marks is greater than equal to, let's say, 81, and less than equal to 90, then we are going to give A plus. Okay, let me copy this, and then let's say if marks is greater than equal to 71 and less than 80, then we are going to give A. Similarly, if marks is greater than 51, let's assume, and less than 70, then we'll give B grade. If marks is greater than 35 and less than 50, then we are going to give the grade as C. Else, if the student doesn't get, or if the student has marks less than 35, then we'll simply say the student has failed. Okay, so let's take a simple user input saying that please enter your marks. Okay, let's put marks equal to integer input, please enter your marks. Let's run this first and then print marks. So let's say I'm giving 25, so 25 is the marks. Okay, now the first condition that we have to check is that whether the marks is greater than 91 or not. Okay, so if I simply put if marks is greater than equal to 91, then print your grade is A plus plus. Okay, but in case if the student has not scored above 91, then we have to give the else part. Instead of this else part, we can give another if statement combining with the else part, saying that elif marks is greater than equal to 81 and marks is less than equal to 90, then go and print your grade is A plus. Okay, let me copy this elif part and put it over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 statements for elif, right? So let me put it 4 times. Okay, now over here what we are going to do, we are going to check another condition, which is 71 marks is greater than equal to 71 and less than 80. Then we are going to say your grade is A. The next elif statement will check if the marks is greater than equal to 51 and marks is less than 70, then we are going to give grade as B. Then the last one that we are going to give elif statement is that if the marks is greater than equal to 35 and less than equal to 50, then we are going to give the grade C. And then finally we are going to put the else statement saying that else print sorry, you have failed in your exam. Okay, so let's run this cell first and we'll check and understand each and every condition that we have given with the input. Okay, so let's run this first and let's put 97 marks as the marks scored, and if I press enter, we are getting your grade is A plus plus. So what's happening over here? So we have the marks 91 and over here we are checking simply that 97 is greater than 91 or not. So yes, 97 is greater than 91. So this condition evaluates to be true. The moment it evaluates to be true, the program execution gets to this line and prints your grade is A plus plus, and then it exits the program. Okay, similarly if I put the marks is 85, okay, then we are getting your grade is A plus. So what's happening over here? Our marks is 85 So over here, the first statement is getting evaluated whether 85 is greater than 91, or sorry, greater than equal to 91 or not. So this is false. The moment it becomes false, the program control goes to this line and it checks that 85 is greater than equal to 81 or not, and 85 is less than equal to 90 or not. So this turns out to be true. So both of these conditions are true over here. That's why this statement is getting printed out. Okay, let's take another example. So let's give 56. Okay, so we are getting your grade is B. So what's happening over here? The first if statement is getting evaluated, checking, and it checks that 56 is greater than 91 or not. So this is false. It turns out to be false. Then it goes to this block and it checks that 56 is greater than equal to 81 and 56 is less than equal to 90. So this turns out to be false. Okay, then the control statement goes to over here, or control of the program goes to this line and it checks 56 is greater than equal to 71 and 56 is less than equal to 80. It also turns out to be false. So it goes to this line and checks whether 56 is greater than 51 and 56 is less than 70. And this turns out to be true. That's why this print statement is getting executed. So in this program, we have multiple if condition within a single if condition, which checks multiple parameter and gives you the output based on the logic, right? So let's take another example over here. Let's assume that you are working in a company and you have to decide the hike percentage. Okay, and the hike percentage can be dependent on couple of things like how you have performed, and based on your performance your rating would be given by your manager, right? So let's say that we have a rating variable in which I'm going to put 3 out of 5, and I have year of experience equal to, let's say, 1. Or let's remove this year of experience. So let's assume that you have a single variable rating. Based on this rating you have to give hike, but you are only eligible for hike if you have completed a certain amount of time in your organization. So that's another condition that we have to fulfill. So let's say year of service, and year of service would be, I'm putting 0.5. Okay, so half year, 6 months you have in your organization. Now in order to evaluate if a person is eligible for hike or not, we have to check this year of service is greater than or equal to 1 or not. So we can simply write the if statement saying that if this year of service is greater than equal to 1, then we can say eligible for hike. Okay, else we'll say you are not eligible for hike. Okay, so let's run this. You are not eligible for hike because year of service is 0.5. Fine. Now the first condition that we have to check is coded over here. Now let's talk about the another condition which is related to ratings. So we are saying if you have been in your organization for more than 1 year, then you are eligible, and then I'm going to check your rating which has been given by your manager. So once this if condition is evaluates to be true, which is this year of service is greater than equal to 1, then only we have to check whether the rating is 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Okay, if your rating is 1, we are going to give you 100% hike. if your rating is 2, we are going to give you 50% hike. If rating is 3, we are going to give 30% hike. If rating is 4, then we are going to give 20% hike. And the last rating, which is rating 5, we will give you 10% hike. Okay, like if I would get 100% hike, I would be happy, but that's a simple scenario that we can come up with, right? Okay, so within this if condition, I can write another if condition using the if-elif ladder statement. So once this condition is true, then I want to go and check if rating is equal to 1, then print your hike is 100%. But over here we have rating 3. So if I run this, let's take year of experience as 3. Okay, if I run this, I'm only getting eligible for hike. I'm not getting anything else. So we have to give elif condition saying that if rating is not equal to 1 or some other rating is there, then I can put a, another condition saying that if rating is equal to 2, then print, let me copy this, your hike is 50%. Okay, if the rating is not equal to 2, then what we are going to do, we have to check if rating is equal to 3, then we are going to say your hike is 30%. Another condition, elif rating is equal to 4, then your hike is 20%. And the last condition that we're going to give, elif rating is equal to 5, then we are going to say your hike is 10%. Okay, so let's run this. Now we are getting eligible for hike and your hike is 30%. Why 30%? Because your rating is 3. So let's decode this program with the input that we have given. So the first thing that it's checking is that your year of service which you have given 3 is greater than equal to 1 or not. So this will turn out to be true. Okay, so let's check it over here. So we have true. The moment this line is true, then it will come to this line, or the control of the program will come to this line, and it will print eligible for hike, which is over here. Okay, then it will go to this line and it will check rating is equal to 1. So we are saying 3 is equal to 1, so this will turn out to be false. So the moment this will turn out to be false, as we are getting false over here, this print statement will not get executed and elif part will get executed as the next statement. So we are saying check rating 2 is equal to 1. Sorry, rating 2 is equal to 3. So let me put it like this, 3 is equal to 2. So this is false. The moment this becomes false, this statement will not get executed and it will come to this part. So we are saying 3 is equal to 3 and this turns out to be true. So that's why this print statement will get executed. In case if we had rating 4 over here, then this elif part condition will evaluate to be false and the program will come to this line. It will check whether rating is equal to 4 or not, and if it is, then it will print this line, and if rating is not equal to 4, then it will come and check this part and then it will execute this line based on the condition. So this is how basically you can use if-elif-else ladder statement in your Python program to check multiple condition. Happy learning and see you in the next video.